Thank you for joining us for tonight's class, Coach Communication 401, Visits College Coaches. My name is Coach Moses Gordon. I'm a football recruiting coach here at NTSA and working with NTSA for going on 3.5 years. That you guys are participating. Some of you guys may be freshmen and sophomores. Some may be seniors. Certainly, this information is very helpful to help you get a better understanding of the other aspects of recruiting. It's not just, getting on the phone and emailing coaches. It's also meeting coaches on campus and getting the opportunity to see and visit schools. That's the place that you want to call home. So we're going to dive into that in just a second here. Guys, we'll kind of outline it for you so that you have an idea of what to expect. Tonight we'll talk about unofficial visits, what they are, how to an unofficial visit with a college, what are visits, all right, the differences, what are some of the expectations for the upcoming visit, maybe you can ask visit, and then also following up after a visit. So we'll be on these specific topics here tonight. If you have questions along the way, guys, just write them down. Or at the end of the presentation, guys, I'm going to set aside about 5 minutes to answer any questions that you guys have. It's sport specific to your sport. I'm football, obviously experienced, so I may not be able to answer baseball, basketball, volleyball, softball things. But I'll let you know if I could or not. And then at the worst case scenario, I would encourage you to set up a coaching session with your specific recruiting coach. All right. Get started, guys. Unofficial visits. All right. Unofficial visits. You can take as many as you can or as you want. There's no limit on how many visits you can take, regardless if you're a freshman, sophomore, junior, or even a senior. The unofficial visits are going to happen in between junior and senior year. However, elite prospects that have D1 offers and interest are generally going to take visits during freshman and sophomore years. These visits are a great opportunity for you to get on campus, to see if this is a home that you can call for the next 4 to 5 years. Also provide you face-to-face contact with college coaches. Benefits for an unofficial visit. And the great thing about unofficial visits, you can take any time. Any set foot on that campus and you meet with the coaching staff or the program, that's considered an unofficial visit. All right. Game visits are also considered unofficial game day visits. Because you're obviously getting on campus, but more importantly, coaches can provide tickets to home game for you and your family, or up to 3 tickets for anyone you want. Have to be your sport in terms of you coming to that campus for a visit. It's really common for athletes to be invited to visit the school during a football game or during a basketball game, which is most popular sports. So for you who are softball, volleyball, bowling, or anything like that, track, that's the best time of the year to come and visit. So if a coach says, hey, do you want to visit the school on this particular day? Here we got game day visits that you can come check out. So that's only something that you can think about when we talk about game day visits. Sometimes game day visits will include tours. It will provide you the opportunity to meet with the coaching staff. I think also that you can look forward to those game day visits. A lot of times, I hear this all the time with my younger kids when I ask them, hey, who's recruiting you, or what are some interests from school that you're getting, and they actually talk about these schools, and I ask them, hey, have you ever spoken to them? Or have you gotten any personal interest or contact? And they say no, but I got a letter or an invitation to come to the game. So it's important for guys to know game day visit or interest invitation does not equal a recruiting opportunity at the school. Coaches will often invite hundreds the recruiting cycle. They get thousands of those letter invitations out to those families. So you got to make sure that you understand the difference between, those marketing invitations and versus a personal invitation. If you go on a visit, a coach pulls you aside while you're on campus and he talks to you personally, knows who you are, obviously talks about their program and how you can fit in their program, obviously spends that time, that's a good sign of that program that you're going to be someone that they're going to recruit in the future. So for you guys, that's certainly the type of things that you want to be on the lookout for. All right. Schedule an unofficial visit. Well, the earlier that you start and communication, the better you're going to be able to get those opportunities. You must first fill out a recruiting questionnaire, and that is by far the most important and the critical step to start that process. Recruiting questionnaire, for those who don't know what they are, a recruiting questionnaire is just a form that college coaches are going to use. Most of the time, they're going to be online based. They're going to collect three things: your contact information, name, address, your academic information, GPA, test scores, and then your athletic information: height, weight, position, 40 time, bench, squat, fast you pitch, I don't know, other sport specific things. It gets downloaded into their database. Database will be used to manage to send correspondence. All right. Also, email a coaching staff to express interest in their program. And after you get a response from the coach, you set up a phone call. A phone call can certainly provide you an opportunity to talk more in detail. In that phone call or even in that email, you can ask the coach, would it be worth you, sent to the campus? Now, to make sure that you guys are clear that unofficial visits, guys, the program will not pay for any travel. They will not pay for any transportation, accommodations, hotels, gas, food. That you guys will be on your own. So, say for example, you guys I live in Texas. I'm interested in a school in Chicago. I have to find my way to Chicago. I have to either pay for the plane ticket or in my car and drive and pay for gas and toll and food and hotel to get a visit. The program will not pay for that visit. So when we think about campus visits, you want to look local, schools that you can get to within an hour or two, and you obviously have transportation to get to. And you don't want to overspend and overinvest, especially if there's no serious interest. If you never from a coach before and you spend time and money to investing into that visit, and the coach is not interested and you walk away with nothing, then that will be not the smartest or the most strategic way to go about it. All right? Your would be to set up 3-5 as a junior or even as a senior. Right? If you're a freshman and you're a sophomore, that not necessarily be the best option. If you can make it to 1, that's fine. Junior and senior years are probably best fit for those. All right. Move on here. All right. The way that you can schedule a unofficial visit be through the admissions office. Okay. We have here an example of Michigan's center online where you can actually set up a campus through the admissions website. Okay. As you the rest of the PowerPoint slide here, schedule unofficial visit through the admissions office can give you guys an opportunity to set up a meeting with the coaching staff that manage the recruiting process directly. So for you, if you want to in face-to-face contact with a coach and emails haven't been successful, hey, look into the admissions office. They have contact and ability to communicate with those coaches. They usually will work hand in hand throughout the process. Again, it gives you another opportunity to see the campus from a different perspective, which is not just athletics. All right. So that option. Unofficial visits, right, which is opposite of unofficial visits. Okay. So official visit is when college programs can pay for the expenses that occurred to travel to that school. Now schools will be able to pay for that travel expense. Some may be able to pay for all. Some may be able to pay for partial. Some will not be able to pay, depending on their budget. It varies from school to school, and so you want to be, obviously mindful of that. Sports will allow you to take official visits, allow you in your recruiting career. In women's basketball, football actually you can take it as early as your sophomore or junior year, and depending on the division level. Coaches will you visit. Typically, it's not appropriate to ask coaches for an official paid visit. All right, that usually will come once you've been accepted into the school. The coaches have seen you in person or watched video on you, and you have some kind of communication over the phone. All right. You take as many official visits as you want to at the D2, D3, NAI, and junior college. Are only limited one per school, but you want to take 100 at you can. On the Division 1, you're only allowed 5 official visits, which is different, right? So you're limited in terms of options with those schools. But at that point, if you obviously have multiple offers, you want to pick your top 5 and use those official visits wisely. All right. Also, if you go on those official visits and you get that official invite, scholarships, roster spots are usually offered on a particular visit or right after you leave that visit. So that's something that, it's a good sign or indication for opportunity. Some of the official visits expectations. Well, your official visits can last up to 48 hours. Generally, you'll come in on a Friday, you'll leave on a Saturday afternoon. Some week, just depending on your sport, depending on the timeline. You may not be with parents. Some schools will invite your parents along with the official visit. On the official visit itself, you may get the opportunity to sit in a class to get a sense of the classroom experience. Also, you can stay overnight in a dorm or in an apartment with one of the players. Gives you a great opportunity to get a feel for team dynamic. Also, to see if this is a school that if it's a good fit for you or not. Also, can give you an opportunity for you guys to ask questions on team, about their experiences as a student athlete at the school. The raw, direct kind of experience, right? Coaches are going to tell you what's good, but when you go on these official visits, you're going to really know what's really up with the school. Visit it also includes or would include a one-on-one time with the college coach, opportunity to sit down and talk personally about the program, the philosophy, of the values, and the things that make the team and where the team vision is fit. So that's an interview, guys. So they will ask you questions, but you should be prepared with questions because, again, it's not only an evaluation for the coaches of you, but you should be evaluating the coaches and the staff and the environment. So you should have questions prepared so that you can be engaged and be more productive. They're trying to evaluate to see if you're a good fit for the team and the culture that they're trying to build. Coaches are recruiting character as well as talent. If you're a good player but have a terrible attitude and you have a reputation, coaches will recruit you. All right? It's important for you guys to be at your best behavior, put your foot away, get on social media, engage, learn, soaking in them. It's so important for you guys to really maximize those opportunities. Because again, I've seen a lot of kids go to these official visits and ruin ship opportunities, ruin really opportunities to play at a high level. They weren't in the right mindset. So understand that it's an interview and you want to take it serious. Some questions on this official visit could be questions about your major, right? Maybe some questions about the admissions requirements. Every school requires certain qualifications. Some programs have higher standards. If you're not on track to meet the standard, you need to know that. Questions is what kind of, will the program have academic advisors to help me pick a major or pick classes? Where I can get, tutoring or make sure that I'm, taking the classes, do well in my classes. Do players graduate in 4 years? This is just a statement to find out what coaches value on the program. What priorities do they have? If a school or a program has a very low graduation rate, right, they're not doing a good job getting or matriculating kids from freshman year to senior year. If you look at high school career, all right, you started off with maybe 500 freshmen. By the time you're a senior, only 100 kids from that class is graduating. That's a very low, very poor graduating level. So you want to ensure that the coaches are doing a good job helping students get through college, right? If you haven't applied to the school yet, you can ask for a waiver, things like that. Good things that you guys can keep in mind. On your NCSA profile, NCSA University has resources that can help you find out what questions you can ask coaches. They're a lot more in depth. So check out NCSA University, talk to coaches, and also the resource library. Tons of good information there. Cool. So we have got through the questions. These are athletic questions that you can ask coaches. Can help you get a better idea of where you fit, if you're being recruited at position, what timeline, what should you expect through the process. And again, this is the kind of questions that you should be asking your coaches to help you, again, get an idea. It's a place can I call home for the next 4 to 5 years. All right. Some tips after visit, whether official or unofficial, is always be on your best behavior. As I mentioned earlier, put your phones away, guys. So it's going to be the death of a lot of people. Simply don't know how to put it down. Understand that this is a business. If treating it serious, it's going to show and going to be and they're going to send you back home. All right. This is an interview, so be prepared. At the campus, right? Don't go there for the experience. So in process, write notes down, but figure out if this is a place that you see yourself. The campus, the student body, the teammates that you would love to play with, right? The town that the college or university is located in, right? You got to think, guys, that you're going to spend 25% of your time with sports. The rest is going to be all at school with your peers, on campus, in the city that school is located. So you want to make sure that all these things you're taking into consideration. All right? Don't just go there, guys, and let the coach do all the talking. Ask questions to the players, to the team, and find out these are the places and the people that are going to help you be successful through the next 4 years. Be acquainted with those people. Dress appropriately. This is probably like the number one reason that haven't been recruited outside of character issues off the field. When they approach or they come on campus, they're presentable. They didn't take the time to prepare themselves to be presentable, and that's more an indictment of your character versus your ability. You can that yourself is how coaches are going to receive you. All right. So don't wear any sweats or shirts with holes. Pants. Second. Butt crack. Women. Don't wear heels. Right. If you do a tour, you don't want to be walking around in heels. Don't wear any revealing clothes, tight clothes that may be misleading or misrepresent who you are as a person. Be presentable. Right? It's in an interview, so be prepared. I'm there for a workout. I know basketball, baseball, sometimes football will provide opportunities for you to work out. Sure that you are prepared. Coaches the questions. Hey, am I going to work out on campus? Need to bring. Be specific. Make sure that you ask those specific questions. All right. After any visit, after any personal contact face to face, you should follow up within 24 hours of the visit. All right. Email the coach, or you can even get a handwritten postcard or note, or even call the coach. Just thank them for their time. You can tell how you enjoyed the visit and just reinforce the reason or the idea of why you think that school, that team, is a good fit for you. All right, and then lastly, make sure that you ask, what are the next steps? What are your next steps that you should be taking in the recruiting process? Make sure you're clear on what that is, and if you're not, again, you need to make sure that you follow up with the coaches properly so that if you got to turn in any documents, if you got to start the application process, or if you have to register something by a certain time, that's clear and understood. I want you guys to miss out on any opportunities because you're clear on what your next or last steps were. Okay? The presentation for visits, guys. I hope that this was informative. I'm going to open up the floor right now for questions for 5 minutes. If anyone has questions, you type in the comment section questions that you have. Also, if you don't have any questions, this was helpful, that I'm going to send the recording at the end of the class. Also, sure that you fill out the questionnaire. Not questionnaire, survey that is going to be included in the email. We're doing the presentation, and make sure that you fill out. Make sure that you schedule a coaching session with your recruiting coach. Also important. Other than that, you're free to go. If there's no questions, you go. If you have questions, go ahead and type in the section now. I have a question from Jenna. I just toured through the admissions, and I'm going August 20th. Is it to email and call the coach to ask if they will possibly be on the campus? No, I think you have plenty of time. What I do, Jenna, is I would email the coach to make sure that someone's going to be available on campus to meet you or talk to you while you're on campus. Let them know when and what time you're going to be on campus. Also connect with the admissions staff and know your interest or desire to meet with a coach while on your campus visit. All right, so I would certainly make sure that you do those 2 follow-ups. All right, and as you get closer to the dates, if you hear from the coach, make sure you confirm attendance on that particular day, right? Because coaches get sidetracked easily and get their dates confused, and so you just make sure that you're thorough and follow up properly. Okay. All right, from Cassie, I'm sorry, I'm mispronouncing your name. should look at the home university track program. By the home track program, are you talking about local programs? Yeah, I would say, consider what grade level are you in? What are grade level? Right. So, I think it's important for you to explore all of your options as a rising senior, obviously. Where you're more likely to be recruited are the schools that are closer to you. I would actually reach out to all the schools that you can get to within an hour, hour and a half. Whatever that radius is, I would look at all the schools that are close by that have track programs, and certainly the programs that you would be interested in, both for athletics and admissions, or academics, I should say. And I would target those schools to set up those unofficial visits. All right, so that you're serious and you really want to be there, right? Don't just pick a school just for the sake of picking a school. And as you think about these schools, in September, you should start the application process, right? Because that will speed up the long-term recruiting process for you, and it will put you in better position in the eyes of those coaches because you took that proactive step and you're serious about being recruited there. All right. Well, you're the last person in the classroom. If you don't have any other questions, you're free to go. Remember, I'm going to send this to you. If you want to revisit the recording before your visit, watch it to refresh yourself to make sure that you're on point. But also, can see if you have a recruiting coach, make sure to schedule that a coaching session with the recruiting coach just to make sure that you're on the right path and understand what expectations to have at that visit. And if not sure what to expect or what to bring, that you ask the coach specifically, what's the agenda? Right? What should I do? What should I bring? What's the campus tour like? And make sure that you're clear on that because I don't want you to get up there and you're not prepared. Okay? All right. Oh, thanks. Have a good rest of your evening. Have a